A river doesn't cut through a rock because of its strength. It does because of its continual persistency. Today I'm more than privileged to be here with a young football player, one that many has, wrote out and say probably wouldn't make it to the highest level. Today I'm here with a former player of the GFC, the Georgetown Football Club, a Golden Jaguar, and now a pro player of the Sporting Kansas MLS next team. Today I'm here with no other than Mr. Curtez Kellman, and we're going to talk about his coming up. We're going to talk about his days here in Guyana at the Georgetown Football Club and what he expects of his time and his stint over there in the USA.
Hi there, good afternoon. My name is Curtez Kellman, player for Sporting Kansas City MLS Next Pro team.
So Curtez, so tell me, how does it feel being back home?
After a long season, it feels really good to be back home, getting a lot of time to spend with the family, getting a moment to relax after playing so many games in the season. It feels real great.
So let's just talk about your time here, when you was back here in Guyana, Curtez. I mean, a lot of athletes said, well, Curtez is 20 and 21 and he can get this break that, they think he deserves. How did that keep you going? How you stay motivated?
I always believe, I took Vardy as an example of mine because he started playing football really late, and he played for teams. He was not even a professional until he reached the age of 26 or 27. So if he can do it, there's always other opportunity that I can tell myself that, hey, I can do it myself. So it's the determination and hard work you need to put in and continue driving towards your true potential. And if you know that you want to become, not only in sport, if you know that you want to become something, whatever you want to become, whatever profession you want to be involved in, it just have to be the hard work and your mentality towards it.
We've seen that you've mixed academics with the football. How important do you think academic is?
I think it is really important because I don't think I would have been in an environment where I am today without academics, because I had to take that part, finishing CXC and so on. I didn't get a chance to complete sixth form, but I had to take that part so that it could help me be in an area or platform whereby I can be scouted and seen by various coaches on the international platform, So I think that the education part played a major role within where I am today.
So we know of the environment, that you came from the back circle area. Mm-hmm. We know of the hostility in those areas. So tell me, Curtez, how did your community play a part, in help molding you and keeping you grounded on football?
Well, in terms, I'll go into the community in a few bit, but growing up in a home with strict parents, my mom always strict. She always be on my case, whilst growing up, I was never like some of the kids in the area whereby I can get to go all over the streets and play with them and stuff like that. I always had to be focused and not involve myself in certain activity. And I think I really want to give credit to her because she played a vital role into my life today and into me becoming, remaining as a disciplined person the way I am today. And moving into the community now, they show me tremendous support. Each and every one in the community, they guide me and they help me to remain focused on the path which I wanted to focus on, and they help me to become the person I am today. Without support in this life, you're nowhere. So I think with that support, I really needed it, and that helped me out a lot.
We've looked at your growth. We've seen you come through the ranks at GFC. Then we see you had this stint whereby you went and play CFU, I think was for a Grenadian team.
Yeah.
And then We've seen you move to Western Tigers, then you got a break, you went to school in the USA. Tell me, it's like there's something stagnated within our, national football team. I mean, a lot of local pundits believe that you should be, heavily involved within the national system. What are your thoughts about that?
I think at the end of the day, it all remains to the selector. I will never be the one to judge or doubt and, I will never question their decision. Whatever the coach feel, okay, if he think that there's a squad that he thinks that, okay, can do the job, and I'm not included, I won't question it because I know he's a coach and he knows best. But whenever he call upon me, I'll willingly go and represent my country, upholding the badge.
And that is very good, that level of professionalism, because I've been talking to some athletes and I always, told them professionalism is not just go walking on the field and just kicking the ball. It's a lot of fine details,
Exactly.
How do you be receptive to not being selected for a national team, knowing that you should be there but you're not there.
Exactly.
These are things that make professional athletes professional, the way they talk, about not being there or how they're being humiliated. So besides, we've seen the government of Guyana, they passed a bill of $3.2 billion. I think this is actually the biggest budget pass for the sporting industry in Guyana. So where do you think a lot of emphasis, to your understanding, where do you think a lot of emphasis should be made, with this allocated monies and so on?
Well, I think when it comes to sports, I'll focus more on football, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the football in the country, I don't think we're at the level where we want to be or where we think we should be at.
Yeah.
I think, like, from watching a couple games recently, I think the standard is like low, and some of you can see, like, there's individual players who have that high quality and you can list them out. But I think with that, the first thing need to be worked on or improved on is the facility. I think once we have a very good and proper facility, we will be able to help develop. That will be a big role in players' development, because you don't want players feeling uncomfortable playing and they know that, okay, if they play, they can't control a pass properly because the ball is taking a different direction, because that's a uncomfortable way to play. But I think that's the first thing need to be replaced, like proper facility and stuff like that. And then, players will feel motivated to come out and want to play more because they're saying, okay, they have a good pitch. They know that when they come out and put in the works, train hard and whatever, they can see the game moving from here to here, because proper infrastructure will give you results, whether it's in your performance, whether it's in your improvement, or whatever the case may be. So I think that's the case. That's what they need to improve in.
You moved away from, a certain level of lifestyle, and now you're in another country, you're adapting to a different life, different people, different food, different facilities, as you alluded to, a whole different way of life. So tell me, how's the transformation working for you?
It's pretty difficult, especially moving away from family, your loved ones and everyone. It's pretty difficult, but I have to cope with it. This is something that I want to do. This is the life I wanted. I wanted to become a professional player, and this is what it takes to become a professional player. So it's something that I already got over. It doesn't bother me. And the food is good, but obviously I miss the home cooked food and so on. But I think it's something that, build me mentally, helped me to be strong mentally, and it helped me to, like, remain focused on what's there to grab.
And now you're in a system whereby you got players, in your first team that actually represents the USA, and they play at the highest of level. How is the information being translated from the first team to the MLS next?
Well, there's a lot of details have been passed down, because many a times I've been involved in the first team practice, like for the past month before I came back. I was with the Forest team, training with them each and every day. And you know, I've get to learn a lot. I've grasped a lot of information from the coaches, and like you said earlier, the little details is all that matters, and that's where I get to understand the game is not about playing anymore. You know, it's not about just playing. It's about how smart you can be on the pitch. You know, is, for example, how you can make a player work between 5 yards, you know what I mean? Instead of just like kicking the ball around with no intention, you have to be more smart on the pitch. And I think the coaches, I will say kudos to them, because they've given me a lot of information that I've never learned before in the game, and I saw a big improvement within my game, and it helped me with my performance as well, you know, coming out the season with over like 1,000 minutes, and between that, you know, other players who played over that minutes as well. You know, for me coming out there, you know, learning a lot of information, I've got the most passing accuracy there. So I think that played a very important role to me, the information and details that was passed on to me by the coaches.
So what now will be your advice to young local football, you know, players? What will be your advice to keep them grounded? That's all.
I will always tell them, like I always do, you know, never give up on your dreams. Always work hard. It's never too late for anything. I started playing football at the age of 15 going into 16, you know, and that's pretty late, everybody would say, you know. And, you know, I never gave up, because I know that this is what I want to become. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for like my profession. So I keep working hard, constantly working, and the major thing too is support. So I would like to tell them, like, just focus on what you want to do, focus on working hard each and every day, and you will reach your true potential.
Thank you, Curtez. It was a real privilege speaking to you. I do believe that by, you know, the end of pre-season next season, as the new season approaches, we will be looking forward to seeing you, you know, on Fox Sports, probably.
For sure.
So, as I said, continue your good work, continue working hard, and continue flying that golden arrow.
There's Palazzolo putting his head in. Diaz, good challenge there in the middle by Curtez Kellman.